In Israel, there is a common phrase, "Kulam mitachat la'alunka," everybody under the stretcher.
It's not just a saying, it's a mindset, a bias toward action. When something needs to be carried, you don't wait to be asked, you step in. Over the past few years, we've watched something take shape inside TAMID. Not just a program, not just a set of opportunities, something deeper taking shape. A connection to Israel that is tangible, built through real work, real responsibility, and real relationships with Israelis. And over time, that connection becomes part of who our members are. When the war began, we didn't need to tell our students what to do. They leaned in, and we were right there with them. From Columbia to UCLA, on campuses that felt increasingly complicated, they kept showing up. We saw messages sent across WhatsApp threads and Slack channels, students reaching out to Israeli founders they had never met in person, consulting teams taking on work that suddenly mattered in a different way, projects picked up midstream when partners were called to reserve duty. No one told them to do it. They just did. Because this is what it looks like when connection turns into responsibility, when relationships turn into action, when you find yourself under the stretcher. In June of 2025, that idea was tested again. Fellows arrived in Israel for the summer, for internships, for experience, for something they had been building toward all year. And then, a few days in, everything changed. Flights were canceled, sirens returned, plans unraveled. And then came the decision. We had to evacuate. But if you spoke to fellows in those hours, on buses, in airports, on the way out, there was a different question taking shape. Can we come back? When the ceasefire came, they did just that. They came back. Back to their internships, back to their teams, back to a place that, in a matter of weeks, had become something more than a summer program. Back under the stretcher. That's the part that's hard to explain. Why our members choose this. Why they lean in when stepping back would be easier. But you can see the results. Back on campus, applications surged. Students heard about TAMID not through marketing, but through each other. Because in a world that feels increasingly disconnected, this is something real. When students enter TAMID, they think they're building skills, and they are, but they're also building something harder to define. A relationship with Israel that stays with them, long after graduation. Over the past 2.5 years, we've grown. More chapters, stronger alumni networks, new leadership pathways. But those aren't the story. The story is what happens inside those structures. Students taking responsibility for each other, for something larger than themselves, for Israel. In a year that pulled people apart, TAMID did something different. It brought people together, not around politics, not around identity, around action, around shared purpose, around the belief that when something matters, you step in.
Kulam mitachat la'alunka, everybody under the stretcher.
The question is simple. When the moment comes, who's there to carry it? With your support, TAMID members will be.